Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I am here to bring you a color spotlight. I'm here to show you the color Fiery Copper by Raquel Welch, and I have her in the wig straight up with a twist. If you want to see more about this color, then stick around. All right, I am really excited to talk with you guys about this wig. I did a review of Straight Up with the Twist approximately 2 years ago, maybe a little less. It was not at a time when I was as experienced with reviews as I am now. So while I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this wig, I don't think, I am going to talk about this color quite a bit. I do want to tell you about this wig as well, and I want to tell you why I'm so grateful to have a second chance with her, because the first time around, it didn't really work out for me, and I'm going to tell you why. But before I do that, let's look at this color. It is RL Fiery Copper. The code is 31/29. Look at that beautiful, beautiful color. There is so much happening with this color. It is amazing. So a 31 on the color chart, and I do have a color index on my website. If you go to heywigsister.com and you pull up the color index, which I have in a post all about color, you can find the color codes, and that will really help you start to understand color a little bit better in wigs that do provide the codes. So a 31 is considered a burgundy auburn. It's really a mix between a medium auburn and a dark auburn. And then a 29 is really a blend of Irish red and medium auburn. So I don't know that the codes really help a whole lot in this color, to be quite honest with you guys. It is not what I would have expected it to be. First of all, I really don't consider it fiery. I do consider it to be super dynamic. Look at all the super light colors and then darker colors in here. I think there's quite a bit of strawberry blonde. Even though none of the codes really indicate a strawberry blonde, I really see some strawberry blonde. It definitely is super light, especially around the face. Raquel Welch is known for putting all of the really light highlights around the face, and this one that's absolutely true on this one. You know, at some point in my wig career here, this color would have been much too blondish for me, much too light. Now I just love it, but it is super light. So if you are a brunette who struggles with really light browns or with heavily highlighted pieces, this one is going to feel really, really light to you. It also has, so some of this auburn, it's like a really kind of Irish red auburn running through it. So you've got the super light and super kind of medium red. And so it gives it the feel of a red that has been amped up, in my opinion. It isn't like fiery copper. I don't know if that's quite the right way to describe it. And it definitely looks different in different lighting. So I am going to get outside for you so you can see this color outside. I have a lot of light on me right now, and I think it is pulling true to color indoors with all the light that I do have on me. And I'm also going to include a couple of pictures I took a few weeks ago so that you can kind of see. I have a picture indoors in just my natural household lighting. I have another picture outside. I've actually worn this one about 5 or 6 times. I really love it. And so I want to try to give you guys a sense of this color in a lot of different scenarios. I also filmed a quick video outside early on for social media. I might just tack that on the end as well, because I think it'll just give you another perspective of this color. But let me talk to you about this wig. So when I had this piece a few years ago, I wanted to like it so much, and I just couldn't. I felt like it was too short for me. I wasn't wearing wigs this short at the time, and I was still feeling a little overwhelmed by hair that was sort of round and big on the top. And while this one doesn't really have much permatease at all, like I can't feel any permatease when I touch it. It's not permatease, it's really the cut. This is a beautiful layered cut, And it does like to kind of lay like a beautiful layered cut that you may have round brushed with a hairdryer and a round brush. And it gives it a little bit of fullness on the top and sides. Right now, that is what I love most about it, I think. Back then, I felt it was just like too much for me. So I guess my point in telling you this is if you're at a point in your wig journey where there are wigs that aren't right for you, I would not assume that that's going to be the case forever. I definitely love this wig now. Back then, I wanted to love it and couldn't, and so I did pass it along to a wig sister, and I always kind of regretted that. I always wondered if now that I have more experience and now that I can wear a lot more pieces, would I like this wig at this time? The answer is absolutely a resounding yes. Absolutely. One of the things I love about this one is I can really amp up the volume on it by playing with it and messing it up, and I can really make it look like I did a lot to style it up. I can also sleek it down a little bit and tame it down and have it not be so big. I just love that. Let's talk about the heat-friendly fibers for a minute, because I know that's a big concern for people, and I am starting a journey, kind of a video series, if you will, on heat-friendly fibers. I'm going to be doing a lot of experimenting with them and wearing more heat-friendly wigs than I've ever worn in my life to really get good experience with them so I can pass that along to you guys. This is a heat-friendly piece. I would tell you though that there's so many benefits to this one being heat-friendly that I wouldn't necessarily shy away from it. One of the benefits is it's a shorter wig, so you're not going to have to worry about the ends being unduly damaged by friction, which can happen with heat-friendly wigs when they rub on your clothing. It's just not long enough to do that. Another really great benefit to the heat-friendly fibers is what I just showed you. When I do this with this, I can really get it to amp up and stay without having to really use product in it. Heat-friendly fibers have a way about them where they're a little bit more malleable than regular synthetic fibers, and they do like to be manipulated. So when you do something like this, you can get it to stay in a way that a regular synthetic would not. If this were regular synthetic and I did this to it, I could get it to look good like this for like a couple of minutes for a picture or for a video, but it would quickly fall. Gravity would take hold of it and the heat of my head and other things, and it would quickly fall back down to a more flat look. The only thing that really helps regular synthetic to hold a style like that is if it has a lot of permatease. So if you're looking for a piece that you can do something like this to, but you're not a fan of a ton of permatease, then consider a heat-friendly piece like this, because you don't need the permatease for it to hold the style like that. Another great benefit is if it does start to show wear or start to get a little frizzy, you can just take heat to it, and that usually resolves that issue with the heat-friendly piece. Much more difficult to do with a regular synthetic, although those tend to not get frizzy as quickly, so it's sort of a trade-off. Another great thing is that you could curl this. So for those of you who are struggling, you want sister styles. You're looking for two wigs that you can interchange, one straight and one curly. That can sometimes be a challenge to find so that where the colors match each other, especially if you are having to find two sister styles in different wig lines, wig brands. What you could do is you could buy two of these, and then you could curl one and keep one straight. And then there you go, you've got a sister style, and what could be closer than two wigs that are the exact same style? So I think there are some benefits to the heat friendly, and I just wanted to throw that out there in case that's something that would be attractive to you. This one has a lace front, and here I'm going to show you how that looks. Let me get this situated, make sure you can't see my bio hair. It is impeccable. It is amazing. So first of all, they take all of those highlights up in the front so you can't see any knotting. A challenge that I have found with some Raquel Welch wigs that are darker with light highlights is sometimes when you do this with it, you can see like almost a line behind the light color where the dark color starts. It is sometimes off-putting to me to see that, and it can be a little bit of a giveaway, even if you can't see the knotting. You cannot see that in this one. because the red that they used isn't super dark. So it doesn't leave like a stark line where some of that darker color starts. They did so awesome with the blending on this one. I'm so impressed with that. The other piece that is great about this is it has a full mono top, so you can change up the part on this one and part it anywhere. I know I have a lot of wig sisters out there who are left. They like to part on the right monos or right parters. And so many mono part wigs come with a left part. Very few come with a right hand part. So on this one, you are able to part it anywhere you want to. In the day of center parting, which is not my day, but I know center parts are the big thing. I have a teenager after all, and she loves to center part her hair. You can do a center part with this one. So if you are of a certain generation, or maybe you just like center parts, with this full mono top, you can center part it. I mean, that is huge. And so I just want to point out the styling possibilities with a wig like this because of that mono top. It is so great. And then, you know, obviously the off the face styling is fantastic because of this lace front. You can clip it up. You can do, and I think you can see my bio hair under there a little bit. Let's move that. You know, you can clip it up and you can do a lot of really fun things. So even though this piece is shorter, I don't think there's any limit really, except for long, like braids down the back or something like that, that you can't achieve with this wig. And if you wanted to get it a little bit up off your face, you could do that. Now, I would probably use some product if you really wanted to get like a kind of a back wave or something with this, putting a little product in it and then doing some of that styling. I'm just holding it on my head since it's not adhered. You could achieve something like that really easily with this one by just using a little bit of product. So I think there's so much possibility with this one that I really love it. Let's talk quick about bangs and then I'll get outside for you guys. So can you cut a bang? I get that question all the time. Absolutely, you can cut a bang. You see how she lays really great when you pull it forward? That to me is the test of whether or not you can cut a bang in a wig. If when you pull all of the fiber forward, does it lay natural and kind of straight? I'm just messing the heck out of this one right now. Let's get her situated again. And so yes, you can absolutely cut a bang in this one if you want a full bang, if you want a little bit more of a fringe. I think you can do any of that. So much great possibility with this one. It's fabulous. I'm so grateful to have had another opportunity to try this style. All right, you guys, we're gonna get outside and take a look at this beautiful color outside. If you have any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to try to answer them. This is one that's going into my personal collection because I love it so very much. And so I will have my hands on it for as long as it lasts, and I'm always happy to do another comparison. So I did just compare this one to Let's Rendezvous, and so that video will be coming out as well, so you'll be able to find that comparison. I think they're very similar styles. Thanks for watching, you guys. Let's get outside. All right, guys, we're outside with Fiery Copper. It's super windy out here and actually quite chilly. I didn't know it was this cold outside. But here you go. This color is crazy good. And it is super cloudy out here, so you're just getting really natural, filtered sunlight, really. It's just the perfect kind of day for these videos, because when you've got bright sunlight, it can sometimes be really harsh and stark and throw off a color. So you're getting a really good look at this color today. So you can see that super lightness up in the front. Let me get close here so you can really see this color. And this is also a great example of what I said inside, that this color looks really different in different lighting. It looks very muted and fairly light outside actually. And it takes on a little bit of a more vibrant color in indoor lighting. And you'll be able to see that in the pictures that I tack on the end here. All right, guys. I don't know. My dog's going. He sees something. I don't know what he sees, but there he goes. All right, guys. I hope this helped. Please let me know if you have questions. Please like, subscribe, share, show this video a little love if it was helpful to you. I'll talk to you soon.